Listening in here on Between Us, Jaden and Lindsay, they spill the tea. Laughter, tears, unscripted reality.
Between us, life's a wild ride.
Between us is secrets inside.
It's time for Between Us.
Yeah, it's time for Between Us.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Taylor said this is going to be a good episode because Lindsay's extra spicy.
No, I didn't say because Lindsay. You two, both of you.
What were we doing?
Fighting.
No.
Hands are being thrown.
I just said Lindsay doesn't need to spend $5 per can for these silly fab protein drinks.
And I said,
And she said,
You're not my dad. I said, stop telling me how to live my life.
Jeez. Okay. Right off the top, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. We still have like 50% of the listeners not subscribed. So click the button. Doesn't cost you anything, I promise. It won't ask you for any credit card information. You don't have to put in your social. Completely free. What happened this last week?
I don't know. I feel like we were busy.
I know. We've been working in the yard.
Yeah.
You know, other podcasts, they'd be like, oh, I shot a barrel from a helicopter this past week.
Yeah.
But you guys get the real stuff here. I guess just kind of more of an announcement. Next week's episode will be based around Royce. Because we'll be heading into what used to be Royce's week. But
that's right. That's next week? Oh, man.
I know. It is coming up quick. And I'm already feeling it. Don't laugh at me. You're evil.
Megan Taylor told us to watch it. Well, I've already seen Inside Out, but the new one
You said you haven't seen it.
No, I've seen it multiple times.
Linz, we literally had a conversation. I said, have you seen this? And you're like, not really.
No, I said, yes, I've seen it.
Okay.
But you asked if Fletch saw it, and I said, not really.
No.
Yes.
But go.
I've seen it at least 10 times.
That's not what you told me.
Fletcher has not seen it. He's sat.
You said I.
No, I said Fletcher because you asked if Fletcher had seen it.
Okay. Go.
Anyways.
Yes.
We watched Inside Out. And the part, where Bing Bong
Spoiler.
doesn't make it up the thing on the wagon. And Fletch comes over to me and goes, where's Bing Bong? And I look over at Jaden. He's just like
evil.
sobbing.
It's really sad.
It was so sad. So I thought maybe it was the Bing Bong part, but it's just the fact, because, Jaden has been talking a lot about Fletcher aging and time passing and Riley in the movie, her pillars or whatever they are.
Personality islands
keep dying. And so every time the pillars, or what are they called? The islands would die. I think it was making Jaden more sad.
What did they do to that poor girl?
Guess we'll find out when we see the second one.
And Jaden blamed me.
Yes.
For telling him to watch it.
Yeah.
He's seen every Pixar movie.
If you ever do that again,
that
I will
is a
never
Pixar
forgive
movie,
you.
right?
Yeah.
And every single Pixar movie is sad.
I'll never forgive you if you do that again.
I know, he texted him right away.
Yeah.
If you ever recommend a movie that makes me ugly cry again, I'll never forgive
I'm
you.
going to just sitting there eating cereal and just crying at the dinner table into my bowl.
And then I told Fletch to go give him a big hug, and Fletch just gave him the biggest hug and just made him cry more.
Jeez. What's wrong with me?
There's nothing.
Nothing wrong with you,
Nothing wrong
man.
with that.
I know. I've seen TikToks. I say that on every episode, which makes me sound lame. But I've seen TikToks where they're like, when your dad's a crier, and then they like show something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's me. Maybe that's just, I don't know what it is.
But like it's
Why is that my go-to emotion? Some people can just sit in their feelings, you know? But if you yell at me or I get angry or there's something sad, I just go straight to cry.
I feel like that's common.
No.
Okay.
Man, you just reminded me. I saw the saddest TikTok ever the other day. It was a poem,
I get those all the time.
and I was sobbing, and Meg was in the tub, and I just
Was
sat
it a
on-
swipey swipe?
Yep, I sat on the couch, and I haven't wept like that in a little while, but it was a lot. So I'm like you. I'm a weeper.
You are?
Yeah.
I know. That's like what my body goes to. Happiness, sadness, anger, fear. It's just like, all right, just cry. Just start crying. And I remember, I still cringe at this.
What?
It's fine. But, so one time we went to Disneyland, and I was feeling very grateful for being there. And it was making me a little emo.
Okay.
But then we went to the Coco section where you like write on the paper. And I wanted to cry. But I was like, here's the issue. It'd be fine if I could just like, oh man, that was sad. Okay, what's next? You know? But it would just, once I start crying, it's
Yeah.
until I go to sleep. That's the
I know.
rule.
I went over and tried to like rub his shoulders and say, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Just don't touch me, okay?"
Let's drop that. Okay, we're moving on.
Sorry. Keep going.
But I was like sad that I wasn't able to just have a good cry thinking of Royce at the park. Because I don't want to make them be like, oh, what's going on with him? You know? And so I was just like, okay, yeah. I was like biting my tongue, like pinching my leg, like anything to not cry. And I was telling my therapist that, and she was like, no, that's bad. Not bad, but like,
Don't do that.
you should let your emotions be free.
Okay.
I was like, I know, but like, I don't want to alarm those around me. And she's like, well, then just set the expectation that that's how you handle your emotions. And so then I think I texted everyone, was like, I wanted to cry at Disneyland and didn't. So moving forward, I'm going to.
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Don't. And I still cringe. I'm like,
didn't
that was weird. Why
cringe.
did I do that?
At the text?
Yeah, it was just weird. Because if I would have got that, I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
No one's stopping you initially, but cool.
It was more of like, I know I don't show my you didn't really say that specific incident. You just said,
No, I said I was wanting to cry at Disneyland.
Like,
I bet we could
who are
find
you
it.
with? Like Brady and them? or-
Brady and Sarah and Lindsay. And I was just like, I don't want to like.
But they all get it, man.
yeah.
I know, that's why I cringe at the text.
You've
Because it's
been-
like, duh.
It's not like they'll be surprised. Like
know.
Royce, Coco, everything you've been through. If Brady saw you crying at the
You'd be
Coco,
like, oh, yeah.
he'd be like, yeah, this makes complete sense.
Yeah, I know.
And they'd probably just let you have
But
it.
then I don't think I'd be able to stop. Because the issue is once I start crying, I'll kind of stop, but then I'll think of it again. And it's just like,
Yeah.
boom, again. And I'll start crying. And then I'm just in this loop of like, I cannot get it together.
Yep. That does happen to Jaden. It's not a bad thing. It's just,
Yeah, it is.
no, it's not.
I can't be freaking riding Incredicoaster and freaking,
Tears just coming out your face.
you know, and everyone's like,
That
get
would
that
be-
guy some help.
That would be a funny picture.
Disneyland is an emotion. It can be emotional for a lot of people.
Yeah, especially.
People try to. This is a little off topic, kind of, but people will try to put the fallen's ashes in Disneyland.
Oh, wow.
because
I know.
It's a
That's kinda
special place
cool.
for them. It's kind of cool. It's a little gross.
Just
but
go off the top of a roller coaster.
I'm pretty sure
and just
ashes
like,
though
oh,
are
yeah.
like,
They like try to dump them in the
Oh, and
bushes.
they'll-
I think.
yeah,
Or maybe in the water or
in
something.
the water at Pirates.
That's so gross.
I know. But I listened to a podcast once about ashing, cremating. Sorry.
No, we're not cutting that. It was fine. It was an honest
I meant to say
mistake.
cremating, and it's like not even human stuff.
Oh.
What is it?
It's just ash. Like it's its own thing. You know what I mean?
So when someone has
Like it's no different than like ash from like a log.
Oh.
You know? Because they pull out all the bones and stuff
Well, I don't think I want to hear that.
from the ashes before they like package it to you.
Oh, I see.
And there's been some instances where some cremation places will like put flour to like fill up the thing,
Oh
the urn.
my.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Okay. What do we got next? I can't
Well,
remember.
we still have 2 more things off the top. First one is a man, just a guy, is golfing and hits a window, and he doesn't want to pay. We're not saying names. We don't know this guy.
Okay, someone we
don't
know.
Okay,
kinda know
yes,
them.
I
I kind of
know.
know him. It's like a friend of a friend.
Right.
Hit.
Allegedly.
Does this person know that you're bringing this up on?
No.
Okay.
They don't know.
You think it's fine?
Well, no one's being named today.
Yeah. What are you talking
Okay.
about? I don't even know his name. I just know him as the dude.
Okay.
So the dude was golfing, and as you do, Tom was golfing, and Tom hit the golf ball, and it hit a house. Mm-hmm. And then he heard the homeowner go like, "Holy crap!" And then he hit his second ball, and as he was going to the second ball, the dude comes out on the course and is filming him, and is like, "You hit my house, and you broke my window." And Tom was like, "What do you mean? How do you know I broke your window?" And then they got into an argument, right? And then he hit his second ball, and the guy was like, "Well, if you would have hit that good initially, we wouldn't be in this situation." Mm-hmm. And he was just like, "What the heck?" Got in the car, was driving off, and the guy like yells like, "You're gonna wish you didn't hit my house."
Is that really what he said?
Something like that. Or like, "You're gonna wish you just paid me." Because he was like, "How do you want to take care of it? How do you want to pay me?" Right on the spot.
Okay.
Right. And so Lindsay gets a call
Yes. From my friend.
from her friend.
And says, "Hey, just a heads up. I kind of know this guy, and he is the guy that got his window broken, and he said that he's going to put picture up on
No.
social media." Oh,
No.
Mark that.
I didn't
Just say
mean to.
he's going to put Tom's picture.
Okay, and he said that he was going to put Tom's picture
On
all over
Facebook.
Facebook and basically just call him out. And so she just wanted to give me a heads up. So I told Jaden so that he could call. Oh my god!
Say so that he could call
so
Tom.
that he could call Tom.
Okay. What? I don't even know what you're saying.
So I told
Your friend called you.
told me about what was going on. Are you wanting me to start all
No,
over?
it's fine.
Or? Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. Called you and said we need to talk to Tom
Yes, and tell him.
and tell him that he's going to do that. And so it's become this big local story. And people are arguing now because the guy ended up posting the picture.
Just on like a community page.
And the post was funny.
Yeah, he took like horrible pictures of
And
this
he was
person.
like, "He's a terrible golfer to hit that window,"
Yes.
or something.
Yeah, the way he worded it was so funny.
It was so funny. And then he's like, "If you know this guy, let me know," you know? And so we've been just talking about, like, who is liable when a golf ball hits a house? Mm-hmm. Is it the homeowner assuming the liability by living on a golf course? Mm-hmm. Or is it the golfer because he takes the risk of hitting a house and becoming liable?
Right.
Right. So this isn't to settle our debate, but
we just wanted to
put in the comments.
I mean, there were comments on this guy's post, but obviously he's been a member of that community, so a lot of them were in support of him. I did call my dad because they've lived on 2 golf courses, and he golfs quite a bit. And he did say, like, no, like, the homeowner's not really liable because, I mean, a lot of times, like, my dad was sitting outside laying out by the pool, and he got hit in the chest with a golf ball. He said it felt like he had gotten shot, you know?
So is that guy getting charged for manslaughter?
Rick is still here.
Yes, but that's the thing. My dad said if you can catch them, but like a lot of times people are at home or something, or the golf ball hits your house. But he did make it sound like it is kind of etiquette, like if you do get caught, to offer to pay for it. But again, you do take. He did say again, you do take the risk by living on a golf course to have golf balls hit your house. But he also told me a story kind of similar of what happened here, but the police actually showed up to my dad's house because his name was on the like group of people that had, and some other guy had broken someone's window, and the police had said that the golfer was liable, and my dad said, oh, well, I don't know that guy, so he never found out whatever happened, but the police went and talked to him too, so I'm not really sure.
So Tom's on the run. He's in hiding until we settle this for him.
But also at the same time, I don't think he should tell him how much to pay right on the spot. He should probably get like a quote of how much the window's going to cost instead of just being like, this is how much it's going to be. You need to pay me right now.
I have thoughts.
Yeah.
So my friend, one of our clients at Fox Hollow, he works there. I asked him his thoughts on the situation, and they don't have a ton of houses around Fox. Like it's pretty safe there. But he said, golfer is liable for any damages caused by their golf clubs / golf balls.
Okay.
And I personally would probably, I don't know if I'd drive up there and be like, hey, I wouldn't like seek it out.
Yeah.
But if someone came out and said, you just broke my window, the guilt would weigh too heavily. I would be like, okay, let's get this sorted out, you know?
And that's kind of what my dad said. He's like, when I hit my ball, I don't go looking for it, like if I hit it towards a house. But he said if someone comes out, then that's usually when you're like...
But I'd want them to show me that I did it.
Right, that too. But that's the thing.
You know what I mean? It's like, okay, then show me my golf ball in the window
I feel like that guy could have gone about it a different way.
Yes.
Because there is a chance that someone else broke it, and that guy was waiting outside and was like,
yeah, our window was broken. We had no idea.
Yeah. But my friend did tell me that the window people were just at his house the day before, like inspecting all of his windows. And this person that was golfing did say that they were the first ones there.
Yeah, but that's hearsay.
Okay.
All right, anyways.
Yeah, it would be very helpful if that man had a camera or something.
I mean, know.
Yeah.
Then this
or
could
at least
be,
like showed him, took a picture of his window and posted
that's
it.
what I mean.
Because I'm sure, knowing this person, that if there was evidence and he actually knew,
he's like, okay, yeah,
he'd be like, dang, I'm sorry, like let's get this handled.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Just funny. I wanted to see what everyone's thoughts were, because it's getting heated, man. No, I'm just kidding.
One more thing off the top: depressive state in the summer.
Oh, good.
Is this about you?
Yeah, I think I'm realizing I have seasonal depression.
But in the summertime, which is outrageous.
Excuse me? Kidding. What if I said that about you?
It's just because
Go to timeout.
I say that to
Go stand in the corner.
It's just because I feel like I get such bad seasonal depression in the winter that I cannot imagine anyone being sad in the summer.
And most
you're married to one.
Most folks do. If seasonal depression is usually correlated with winter time. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
No, that's what you're saying.
But it can happen because you just don't like summer. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Jaden doesn't like the heat.
We're just opposite.
All right. last week's debate. Do your own laundry? The consensus was 50-50 between Jaden or Lindsay is right.
Ooh.
And the winner was, it's not really that big of a deal.
That's why I love our audience, man. They don't
Keeping us
take it too
humble.
serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
It's a
usually
great
pick my
audience.
side.
Mm-hmm.
But they decided to spare Lindsay this time around. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for everyone who voted on Instagram. We do that every week. So if you don't follow us, be sure to, because we'll throw up a poll every week about the debate specifically so that you have a say.
Yes, you do have your say here on the Between Us pod.
Yes.
In the news, first piece of news, Michael Phelps heated after watching Australian swimmer rip Team USA. And he said, I would make them eat every word.
What?
Yeah.
Here we go. I'll tell you what happened. Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian in history, reacted strongly to Australian swimmer Kate Campbell's comments criticizing Team USA, expressing his desire for the American swimmers to use her remarks as motivation for the Paris Olympics. Phelps, who thrived on such provocations during his career, urged the U.S. team to watch Campbell's video every day to fuel their competitive spirit.
Wow.
Wow. That's nice.
He doesn't still compete, does he?
No, I think he's involved in the coaching side maybe or commentary. Because it was on like CBS, I think is who posted it. But in the video, she's like, good day, mate. It's good. It's good to have a day where we don't hear, good day, mate, the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh.
And she's like, and they're so annoying. Like, every time before a swimmer comes out, they just ring that god-awful cowbell. And they chant, USA, USA. And it just makes you want to punch them. So everyone's like, oh, no, she did.
Oh, no, she didn't.
So they just had all the trials, right?
She probably shouldn't have said that because, they're going to go 10 times harder.
I know. And I keep seeing all the TikToks of like, I don't agree with everything going on in this country. We're in election year. But watching that made me birth a bald eagle.
Did you just make that up?
Something like that is what they said. Like the patriotism, And so they just had the trials. And guess who didn't even qualify?
Kate Campbell.
Miss Good-Eye, mate.
I bet she feels real silly.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, it was awesome. I've been watching TikToks on it all day.
But everyone usually, I wonder if the other countries do hate the U.S. Because when...
Keep hating.
Because
who wins the most medals?
No,
USA, not even Harry.
Yeah.
Nice try.
You know what, Harry? I just did a crossword this morning, and the question was, who has the most Olympic medals? And the answer was USA.
Wow. Seems about right.
But, when a team's really good, that's everyone always hates them the most because they're so good. So I wonder if the other countries just really hate the United States.
God bless America. They're just sick of that.
United States. Yeah. Meg pulled it up for us.
So the Olympics coming up July 26th, I believe is the first day.
Okay.
Of the Olympics.
Oh, the U.S. has so many gold medals,
so many gold medals, bro. For the best.
Do you want to hear the numbers? First place in gold medals all time is 1,061. Do you want to know what second place is?
Let's hear it.
395.
Oh my, tripled it.
That's awesome.
And third, 284. That's Great Britain. Sorry, Harry.
I know. I saw some
and fourth is China, 263.
We learned some facts today from Harry. After he just said
don't get into that.
He just said Great Britain, so
I know,
now
but
I want to know.
We can't even explain it correctly.
Okay, but I just want to know if Great Britain is what? Scotland, Ireland,
North Ireland.
North Ireland.
That's how they say it. The locals.
So those countries don't have their own teams. They just all collectively send people, or what?
I don't know.
Oh, Harry said in the Olympics.
That's weird,
yes.
man.
Next
But-
piece. Oh,
I just wanted to ask if anyone else knew that Great Britain is not just England, besides someone that's from England.
That was weird.
That was weird.
next piece of news.
Yes.
NASA and Boeing under fire for
Boeing
Starliner
again.
leak. We've been following this. NASA and Boeing officials knew about a small helium leak on the Starliner capsule before its June 5th launch, but deemed it too minor to delay the mission, resulting in astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams being stranded at the International Space Station. Following the launch, additional helium leaks and a failed thruster have postponed their return, raising concerns about Boeing's handling of safety issues and the spacecraft's reliability.
Man.
What's going on at Boeing these days?
And why are they trusting them with flipping
Anything.
spaceships?
Anything at this point.
I know. Because they just had their hearing, and man, it was so sweet seeing the Boeing CEO get absolutely obliterated.
By who?
I don't know the Congress or what it is, but someone in the Parliament.
The Parliament?
Someone, because they have the hearing, right? And he's like, how much do you make each year? And I think it was something crazy, like 33 million. Maybe even more.
Dang.
And he's like, oh, yeah, and it's up 50% from last year. He's like, do you think you're deserving of that type of salary? And he's like, yeah, I'd handle a lot of stuff. And then he just started listing off everything Boeing's done over the last, 2 years. Like, they cut safety budget when they give him a raise. And, just a slew of things. But we've talked a lot about the whistleblowers and how they all keep dying. Mm-hmm. And so I've seen some TikToks where they're like, people will start talking on the TikTok like, Boeing today, blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, wait, who is that? And they'll look behind them and then they'll have someone act like, boom. And they're like, this is from Boeing. So maybe we should tone it back.
Yeah.
Kind of reel it in
That's
a little bit.
Scary.
Yeah, it's crazy. And imagine the astronauts just being stranded in space. It's like, well, I wonder how that works. So they just have a constant supply of food and water.
I don't know, but Russia owns the other half, so.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I wonder how that's working right now.
Yikes.
Maybe we kicked him out.
He just took it over.
You can't have the other half anymore.
Have you seen that new movie ISS?
No, new movie ISS.
Is it good?
About the International Space Station. And
Oh, I did actually. Yeah, the premise is like they're all on the space station, but then they look down and they see the world's at war. Like the Russians and the Americans, but they're in the space station.
So they start fighting with each other?
I don't know. Well, you'll have to watch it to see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's good that they're finally, being called out instead of just allowing these corporations constantly, just cut budgets where it's probably the most important part of the business, right?
Freaking Boeing.
Freaking Boeing.
Get
Last
it
piece
together.
of news. I wish we could skip this one, but Jaden made me put it in here. The cat debacle. Influencer with the handle Reagan777 is in the middle of a controversy after it was revealed that her cat did not actually go missing but unalived after Go House member Kosh Daddy took it into his care.
Sorry.
I'm plugging my ears for the rest of this segment.
So here's what happened. It's okay, Taylor. I won't give too many details, okay? So Reagan777, she had a kitty cat.
Yeah, and they have all these.
And the house is called what? The Go House or something, Taylor?
It says Go House, yes.
So there was this thing where you would have these content houses where they would get all these big creators to live under the same roof so that they would collaborate, and it's all ran by a management company, and they're required to post a certain amount of TikToks and stuff to live there. right? And then I'm sure the management company takes a portion of the income from everybody, right? So she moves into this house and gets a cat, right? And on her TikTok, people are noticing that she keeps saying that the cat is sick over and over.
Yeah.
Right? But it didn't really raise any alarms with anybody. But then this guy, what's his name? Kosh Daddy or something? Kosh Daddy moves in. Okay? And I learned all of this from the H3 podcast. So if you even want a more in-depth...
They talk about it for like 4 hours.
Yeah, it was awesome. And Kosh Daddy moves in to the same house, right? And they're doing videos together, and she says that that day she was moving rooms. So she was taking all of her stuff out. And when she went back, because she wanted to move her cat last, because she's like, I would have stuff everywhere. So she left the cat in the other room, right? When she went back into there to get the cat, the door was open, and the cat was nowhere to be found. Okay? So she thinks the cat went missing. Then things start coming out. Like there was a girl on a podcast that was like, I know someone who killed her cat. And then everyone's like, starts speculating, like, who was that? And then on the Snark subreddit, someone posted videos proving that the cat wasn't stolen, that someone from the house took the cat. Okay. And from the conversation and whatnot, she was able to realize that it was this guy that moved in. So then he kind of had to respond, right? And his response was that he went in there, the cat had no food or water in there, and looked malnourished and sick.
Okay.
So he took the cat to take it to the vet, but while he had the cat passed away.
Yeah. So,
after he took it to the vet.
Right. And his story was that he took the cat to the vet. The vet told him that the cat was too sick and that it needed to be put down.
But he paid $600 for it to still get treatment to try to save it.
Yes.
Right? So then everyone's like, wait, what is the actual story here? Right? So on the H3 podcast, he starts talking about it, and then all of a sudden Reagan and Kosh Daddy start messaging Ethan, trying to like tell their side of the story, right? And through that, Ethan realized that he took the cat from the house, and he didn't take the cat to the vet until 4 days later. And then the cat died. And so Ethan was asking him like, well, why would you feel the need to steal someone's cat, fabricate this story? You know, you say the cat looked really sick, then why didn't you take it to the emergency vet immediately? Why'd you wait 4 days if the cat was in that bad a shape? And the guy was like, well, that's when the vet could get him in. And Ethan proposed like, well, why didn't you go to like a emergency vet? And he's like, well, there's long waits and they don't give that good a care. So there's a lot of like, people are just trying to figure out like,
who's at fault?
Who's at fault? Is it her because supposedly she was neglecting the cat and should have taken it to the vet sooner? Or him because he stole the cat from her and the cat ultimately died while he had it?
Yeah.
Because for like years, like 2 or 3 years, she thought the cat was missing and then found out that this whole story happened. She had no idea as the owner of the cat.
Right, and she tried to like show pictures of her cat and show how she like took care of it, but they weren't really like great pictures. And so that's what they were saying on Ethan's podcast, is because like I have 1 million pictures of my dogs on my phone, and so do most people that love their pets, and so she just didn't have many that showed
what state the cat
was in. So you couldn't really tell if she was really taking care of it. But she did have a TikTok or a video saying that the cat was sick and it had it. But she said the vet, or whoever, not even the vet, it was like an adoption place where they got it from, said it was probably just a cold, don't worry about it or something. So they didn't wind up taking her to the vet. But I think that but then they brought up the point that I guess in these houses they play pranks on each other. And they thought maybe he liked her or something, and so he stole her cat. and was going to pretend that it had run away. But then they were saying, I guess cats don't do well when you change their environment quickly or something like that. And so maybe the cat just got really bad in his care, and he tried to take it to the vet, and the vet was like, oh, well, it's really sick, it's going to need to be put down. So then he was like, oh crap, like I need to give this cat back to this girl. And so then he tried to save it, but then it died anyway. So then he probably just wound up coming up with this elaborate story of how, well, she wasn't taking care of it, so I stole it, and then it still died or something. So I don't really know.
Yeah.
I would be very upset if I was that girl, though, if she really cared that much about her cat.
Yeah. Because it's like, that's still her cat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people are split because they're like, well, she was neglecting it. At least he tried to help. But people are like, well, that's not his job.
Yeah.
And he should have just went to her and said, hey, this cat needs to go to the vet then.
Right.
Right. And he was like, well, I didn't want to start any drama was his excuse.
Well, then call animal control.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've done that.
What are your thoughts, Taylor, if you have any?
I don't have any. I've just been thinking and looking at pictures of my cats to get through this. I have a picture here of my cat sitting in the shower. He likes to do that. When I get out, it's all wet in there, and he likes to go sit.
There you go.
Yeah, so I think he is lying in some way.
Yeah, I don't think he's telling
another.
the full truth.
But I also feel like
But I also think she's kind of in fault too.
Yeah, because she seems pretty young, and she probably doesn't really know how to take care of pets. So I feel like maybe she shouldn't have pets either.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the time to take care of the pet,
yeah,
you know, because he was saying she'd party all the time and like would leave and like, so he felt bad for the cat. So yeah, I think all in all,
yeah, who knows?
Maybe shouldn't have a pet in a content house.
Yeah,
it's probably rule number one. Mm-hmm. All right, Taylor, you can pull your earplugs out.
Okay, I'm back. Let's play a game. We're going to play our favorite game, We're Not Really Strangers.
All right. Really quick question. I've seen this thing on TikTok. We should just name our
segment.
We should just name our podcast. Saw this on TikTok. Where they show apples in a row. And it starts with like an outline of an apple, a black and white drawing of an apple, a 2D drawing of an apple, and then like a full-fledged 3D of an apple. And the question is like when you imagine an apple, how does it show up in your brain?
Okay.
And a lot of people are saying like 2D.
Really?
Like they don't see like a real like...
When someone tells you to think of an apple, you don't just think of an object of an apple.
So I wanted to see what do you guys think?
Well, you just described it, so now I feel like... But I don't know. I feel like you'd have to...
But they show you that. They show the list of the apples, and they say, how do you visualize the apple in your head?
I would.
And one person was like, I'm baffled that people see it in color.
Really? When you said outline, I was picturing like an outline of like a 3D apple with color and everything.
No, it was just a line. Like a Apple logo.
Yeah, so I think I would see the full apple.
Just 3D color? Yeah. Taylor?
I would probably do whatever's easiest.
What? You just visualize what? That response made no sense.
I wasn't really listening.
Just do whatever's easiest.
I felt like a teacher when they're like, so what did I say?
Whatever's easiest.
Whatever's easiest.
I wasn't texting anyone.
Anyways, let's start our game.
I thought you said... Do
you want me to the whole apple?
Do you want me to know? Do you want me to tell you what I thought you said?
What?
I don't want you to get mad at me.
What? What did our executive producer think I said?
I thought you said if you were going to draw an apple.
Oh.
Oh my God.
How would you draw it?
All right.
And like, would you draw it like flat, like from looking on from the
I
side,
don't know.
like
Whatever's
like,
easiest.
like 2D flat or 3D? Am I gonna add?
Crazy.
I'm taking this out.
Alrighty. Ready?
I'm ready.
You're not taking this out. No way.
I'm sorry, everybody. I've been the whole cat thing was really hard for me to get through. I've been melty brain.
I know. I felt like I made it so PG.
You said cat dead, cat died over and over again, and ever since then I've just been.
Oh my goodness. All right, we're not really strangers. Ready? What am I most qualified to give relationship advice about?
Well, I feel like you are most qualified to give relationship advice on how to.
Let's hear it.
I mean, I feel like with you specifically,
Jeez.
I feel like you've gotten really good. Like, you had your mind made, your ways set when we got married. And I feel like you've slowly changed your ways and your thinking. And so I feel like if you were to give advice, I would say you would give advice on how to, like, adapt to the person you're with so that it's not like a constant struggle. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. I wasn't sure where you were going, but whatever's easiest. That's nice.
I keep laughing to myself about that.
What are you most qualified? Oh, you might have to help me.
Why?
I don't know. Let me think.
I don't know. I don't want to say what I feel like I'm good at. I want to hear what
Okay,
you
I'll do
think.
it. You're most qualified. I don't know, like if someone married someone like me, how to deal with them.
What?
No, let me think of a real one.
Yeah. I will say, though, we did have this conversation, and Jaden has said multiple times that he doesn't think he could ever be married to someone that's like him, you know? Which
No.
is usually how people are, but I am so easygoing that I feel like I could probably be married to myself. But
Well, then why don't you go marry them?
I could be married to a lot of people because I am just so easygoing that
There you go. You're most qualified to like keep things low key in
There
the
you go.
relationship.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, you do the next one.
I didn't mean to like hurt your feelings. I'm just saying,
It's okay.
of course I'm married to you because I love you.
You know,
but
sometimes you just say things I feel like to hurt me. Move on, please.
I was just saying that I could be married to a lot of people, but that doesn't mean I would
Jeez.
like them.
I feel like I'm
I
watching.
do.
What? I am your
Soulmate.
no
Number one.
No,
love
I
of your
wanted
life.
to talk about this.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Yes.
Steve Irwin's wife,
Oh yeah, you did send me that.
Terry.
Terry, was being interviewed, and they were like asking her about like, I can't remember exactly.
Like, has she dated anyone?
Has she dated anyone?
Yeah.
Is she in a relationship?
Yeah.
And she said, no, like Steve is my happily ever after.
Yeah. He's like, I mean, I can't get any better than
Yeah.
Steve.
How does it get better than Steve?
Yeah.
And so I sent that to Lindsay and said, you better.
Which I don't think I would ever date anyone again. Mainly just because I feel like Jaden is like my perfect partner. I'm just saying myself.
You just said you could marry anyone.
I know, but that's just in a random universe, and it's just because of my personality. I'm so easy-going, but that doesn't
We're
mean
talking multiverse?
I'm just saying you are my only one and only because I love you so much. I don't think I could be married to anyone else, but
Okay, let's say I die.
okay, like
And you remarry Joe.
Joe, okay.
What would you be like? Wish Joe was more like Jaden.
No one is
this
ever
way."
going to be as funny as Jaden.
That's
And that's
cute.
the main reason I fell in love with
If I
Jaden.
was a ghost, freaking.
Jaden
Joe would
just
get-
keeps life so interesting all the time. It's just never boring. So
For good or bad, but
good. That's good.
good.
Okay, my turn.
I
Oh,
feel
wait.
like I'm in a dream when people are making no sense.
What do you mean?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
You know, in a dream when people say things, and you're like, "Wait, am I dreaming?"
Wait, I do want to ask Taylor and Meg. Could you marry someone that was exactly like you?
Probably not. We'd never get anything done. Meg keeps the train moving.
Yeah, but we'd probably blow our top a lot.
She said, "Yeah." I think it would.
You didn't want to say the second part.
She said, yeah, but we'd probably blow our top a lot because Meg blows her top and I don't.
Oh,
You got to come to the mic, babe.
I think that too. Like, if I married myself, oh man, it would be like crazy.
Come to the mic, please.
It would be the relationship of spite.
I was just going to say, I could definitely marry myself. We'd have a lot of fun, but I would, at times, spiral uncontrollably because
Yeah.
I get worked up and then I'm like, this is it. You know, we're too busy. I'm going to die. This is horrible. And Taylor's like, chill. We got like 2 hours to get like a million things done. We're good.
And my like frustration level and my
Yeah.
frustration level, it would just escalate.
Escalate. It would just keuld going up, up,
Oh,
up.
you put the dishes here. Oh, you did this. Yeah. That would not be good.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Do you want me to take this?
Yeah. If you could prescribe.
Prescribe.
That's
Jeez.
how it's spelled. Prescribe.
Am I dreaming actually?
That is how it's
I feel
spelled.
I'm going to wake up any minute now.
Prescribed. Prescribed.
Go
if
ahead.
you could prescribe our, it's literally,
Sorry.
it's
No.
P-R-E.
Prescribe.
Prescribe.
It's P-R-E. That's how
Okay.
you spell it. I'm just reading it how it's spelled. If you could prescribe our relationship one thing, what would it be and why?
Huh?
I don't know.
I would prescribe you
Oh,
guys.
if you could I see.
You want to know what I would
You're
prescribe
all
you guys?
confusing me.
I would prescribe you one hike to Timp on Pioneer Day.
Yeah. Okay, you know how Lindsay gave me doo-doo for not going on my solo trip? Well, guess what? We planned one hard thing this year. One. Hike Timp on Pioneer Day, and guess what Lindsay's gone and done?
There's
I
plenty-
moved it because, well,
Moved
I
it
didn't say
where?
we couldn't do it. I just said we're going to do something else on Pioneer Day.
We had that on the calendar.
Okay,
in
and you had
stone.
your solo trip on the calendar in stone,
Yeah,
and you
but
didn't
this
do
was
it.
more in stone.
No, it wasn't. So we could still hike Timp. We just can't do it on Pioneer Day now.
should.
Nope, I'm not
Because
doing
I
it.
would rather go
I'll
to
go
the
with you.
rodeo.
I'll go
You
with
and Taylor can hike it on. I'm doing a race.
But
on
I haven't
the
been training
27th.
because Lindsay doo-dooed on
Jaden,
it.
you wouldn't have trained either way.
Oh, I was. I was training until that
no,
day.
you weren't.
Actually, this is what caused the heat at the beginning of the pod, and I'm
Yes.
sorry that I brought it back up.
Yeah, thanks. All right, what am I prescribing? Prescribe.
Prescribing.
What do we need a good dose of? Let me think. Okay.
Yes.
Go.
You go.
No, I
I
won't
asked
go
you
last.
the question.
Yeah, you have to go first.
Okay. We need. This isn't a dig, Lindsay, so don't get all defensive.
Well, when you start
Jeez.
like that, I might.
When I start like what?
This isn't a dig.
It's not. It's
Okay, go ahead.
all with love.
Okay, you're right.
Is like, I want.
Okay, this is what a prescription for our relationship, not
Yes.
for me to give to you.
I'm prescribing it to both of us.
Okay, let's hear it.
is more relationship building.
Okay. Like?
Purposeful.
Okay.
Like.
What do you mean? I feel like.
Like we go sit out on the patio.
I was just going to say that builds mine and Meg's relationship.
You know what I
Sitting
mean?
on the patio having coffee.
Hugh Jackman and his wife would read. I guess they're divorced now, but they would read a book together every morning.
Oh.
And we did that one day. After I suggested that.
What book did we read?
Harry Potter.
Okay, this is the problem. Jane wants me to read to him. He doesn't want to read. And then Jane falls asleep.
I did fall asleep.
So that's why that didn't happen again. Meg apparently did the same thing.
But I feel like we need to do like either a weekly date night or just something that it's like you realize, like, I see TikToks. Just punch me.
Is there like a drink? Is there like a game, like a drinking game? Every time Jaden says,
they would be dead. They would die.
Let's fire up the GoPro next time, and I'll take a shot every time Jaden says. Then I really won't know what you're talking about. Every time you say something, I'll say, whatever's easiest, brother.
Whatever
Meg
you
will have to
like.
carry me out of here.
But lost it. Oh, I got it. It's like when you and your spouse go out to eat without the kids and you realize it wasn't ever you. It was the kids. That's a bad example. Jeez.
What does that even mean?
Like, you have to get out of it sometimes.
yeah.
To like be like, oh, we don't hate each other. We just, things are stressful at home. I don't know. That's another bad example. I never think I hate you.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I've ever thought that.
Just, let's move on. I don't want to do this anymore.
You know,
What are you going to prescribe? I thought mine was pretty good, right? Just like a moment. We need a moment.
Yes,
We need to
that's
start
fine.
having
We need
coffee or
moments.
chai tea on the porch.
Intentional moments. Thank you, Meg.
Yeah, intentional
moments. Can we do that?
Sure.
We say things on this podcast and we lie to the people. We tell them we're going to do these things. Like, you were like, okay, we'll do traditions on summer solstice.
That was 1 week ago, and that wasn't a tradition. I just said we could have a funeral for the sun as an example, not saying that we were
What do we
actually...
do on summer solstice? Nothing. I sent you a TikTok
Oh my gosh.
of Halloween.
And I said I don't want to do that because it's not
See?
fall time.
How are we
Jaden-
going to do any of this stuff? All right. Oh, you prescribing?
Okay. It's only been 1 week. I can't just throw up all these traditions in a week.
Have you even thought about it?
There's no holidays that are closed except for 4th of July.
We just had summer solstice. We have 4th of July.
I don't care
Pioneer
about
Day.
summer solstice.
Pioneer Day.
Pioneer Day, I don't care about that either.
All right. Go ahead.
And I'm going to a rodeo, and so are you. That's our tradition. We're going to the rodeo on Pioneer Day every year.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez.
I would prescribe our relationship.
Mine was also our relationship.
Isn't that what I said?
That's why you're emphasizing that for some reason.
I don't know. I can't.
Nope. We will sit here as long as we need to. That's the issue, Linz.
What? Tell me, what's the issue, Jaden?
Do you want me to?
Go ahead.
All right, you gave me permission. You can't be mad.
Well, just don't be mad at whatever I say back.
Sometimes, okay, you're content with how it is.
And something's wrong with that?
I feel like we need to constantly build the pyramid of love. You know?
Okay.
But you're just like, it's fine. Why do we need to do this?
I have never said, why do we need to do
You
this?
said it without saying it right now.
How?
But I don't have anything.
That's not what I'm saying. Why do we need to do this? Do what in general? Are you saying why do we
I'm
need...
saying you don't have a prescription because you are content, which I'm happy you're happy.
Yeah, I don't see what's wrong with that.
But I just feel like that's what happens to people is they get content, they don't have moments, they don't build the pyramid, and then they become roommates.
But I think sometimes you forget that we do have moments, I feel like.
Name a moment.
I feel like I'm watching a movie of me and Meg right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Like we eat dinner together every night. We try to cook
But
together.
even that, we don't really
We literally did
put
our
much
whole
into it.
We did our whole yard together. We spend every
No.
day together. It's not like you're
I know it. Things are awesome. Gosh. But it's just, I don't want to be content. And then it's like, oh no, we drifted, Jack. You know? You know? I want you to wake up one day and not love me enough to put me on the door. And will let me drown in the ice cold water. Because we didn't have our moments.
okay. That's fine.
So what's the
What's
prescription?
Something I would prescribe
You're going to jail. I'm calling him right now.
is I think we should go on more vacations. I feel like it's hard for us to get out there, but once we're out there, we have such a good time, and we never fight on vacations.
I know. I agree. Yeah. This is what I mean, man. You can't say the same thing I said.
I didn't. I said vacation.
That's moments.
Jaden,
I
really?
think vacations is a healthy prescription given by
All
Lindsay.
right, prescribe it.
Thank you. We go on like 2 vacations a year.
So
they're
do
usually-
most Americans.
And one is usually Disneyland.
Disneyland. That's what I was about to say. Usually both of them are Disneyland.
Okay. I agree because when I like to test my memory to see if it's failing me,
Okay.
you know, and I'll try to think of random things that have happened in the past. And it's always the vacations.
You forget about vacations?
No, that stand out the
Oh,
most,
yeah.
you know. That's cool. But I also remember the moments. Like me falling asleep while you read the book. Like, what else do you remember from that time? Nothing. You know?
I don't even remember what time that was. I just remember. What do you mean?
But you remember that. So I think both are important.
Okay.
Love you. Why are
Love
your
you.
arms folded?
They've been
You
folded.
know body language people
They've
say
been-
that's like you're guarding yourself.
They've been folded this whole episode.
All right, run the tapes. All right. That was great. Thanks.
Settle our debate. It's time to take a side. Share your thoughts, no need to hide.
Settle our debate. It's time to take a side. All right, today's debate is: if you started arguing in public, do you wait until you get home or finish that damn argument right then and there?
Ooh. Okay. So, I don't like to inconvenience others,
Okay.
especially at the behest of my embarrassment.
What?
I said what I said.
Okay. I don't think that.
that's
I
what
don't know.
behest means.
What's behest mean?
It's like when someone forces you to do something. Like,
Yeah, yes, that's the perfect word then.
Okay.
Lindsay forces
Okay.
me to feel embarrassed. What is it? I can't read that far. A person's orders? Yes.
Isn't it like at the behest, like someone tells you to do something?
the
like at
command.
the behest of the queen.
yes. So
Yeah.
the embarrassment was behesting Jaden to.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't work, but you get it.
Okay.
Sometimes, if I get Lindsay going enough,
So wait. Well, just remember what he just said. If I get Lindsay going, so he starts it usually.
But I can't control your feelings, so really you get yourself going.
Okay.
If you get your feelings going, Lindsay gets tunnel vision. And it's just like, I don't care who's here, we're arguing.
Yeah, because I don't care who's around.
And we could be in a crowd or at Walmart or anywhere.
Yeah, if you're going to
get...
And
I'm always like, Linz, let's have this conversation later.
But you start it usually. And then you start talking to me really quiet.
Yes, because...
In a mean tone. So then I'm just like, well, if you're going to do this in public, then go right ahead.
I'll be like, babe, let's talk. And she goes, no, Jaden, no, don't touch me. No. And it just makes a really weird scene.
Well, again...
Because I'll try to be like, babe. And she's, no, don't touch me.
Yeah, because...
So then everyone's like, what's going on here?
No, that's in your brain.
No.
Yes. It's really not as bad as Jaden thinks, but Jaden really cares what other people think.
Your favorite place to do that is in the lines at Disneyland.
When?
Thunder Mountain? Ring a memory with you?
No, it doesn't actually.
After Rancho Cochino?
What happened?
You yelled at me in the line and everyone was like, look at that couple's fighting.
No, you yelled at me because I was trying to have a conversation on the phone. And when Jaden needs my attention, I cannot be focused on anything else but Jaden. And if I'm not, he gets very upset. And he starts yelling. So then it makes me mad. So then I'm just angry.
You know I don't yell. At Rancho Cochino, I yelled.
Yes, you did.
Lies.
Yes, you did.
All right. The debate is... do you get the argument done there, right then and there, or do you wait till a safe place where you're not going to behest anyone? Okay? You're not going to command them to listen to your argument.
Well, then don't start an argument in public if you don't want to finish it in public.
All right, everybody. That's been episode 48, I think.
38.
Wow. Maybe I need to test my memory more. I love you.
I love you too.
That one was a bit saucy, but it was nice. We do it for you.
Yeah.
I hope everyone knows we love each other. Right.
Right.
And it's just for the camera. It's just...
Yeah, this is all made
it's
up.
for the show.
Yeah.
You know? So don't be weird.
Actually, I feel like you brought this up because I yelled at Jaden in front of Megan Taylor yesterday or 2 days ago at the Parade of Homes.
It did stay with me.
See? But Jaden thinks I'm yelling at him.
I didn't yell either. So why you say I yell?
And I got in trouble too because I tried to lighten the mood to say, Meg and I do this too. And then Meg got mad at me.
See what you're causing, Lynn?
I tried to lighten the mood at our expense, and Meg didn't want the expense
Megan Taylor
to be
at
on
our
us.
house a lot of the week, so they already hear us. So it's like,
don't
what's the
need to hear
difference
our
outside versus
pettiness.
inside?
We fight at your house too. Come over here, Meggie, if you need a mic up. See, now I'm gonna be in trouble for telling her that.
All right, that was a fun episode. I know it was entertaining for them, so sometimes it's good.
Sorry, everybody, that I said that I
whatever's
didn't listen
easiest.
to the Apple.
Whatever's easiest. Go with that. That's your motto this next week.
That's your new tattoo idea.
Whatever's easiest. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Be sure to put your submissions in. We'll get to the one this week, sooner or later. And tune in next week. It's going to be an emotional one. So, also, not red alert. What is it called when you warn people?
A warning?
Trigger warning. Just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Yep.
Roll the outro music. And we will catch you guys next Friday. Have a great weekend. No more fighting, okay? Bye-bye now. If you enjoyed this episode of Between Us, be sure to check out this other episode that we think you will also like.
And be sure to subscribe so that you can see all of our videos.